And you got the music on. You know, we're taking the music from about a 9.5 in terms of contours, and we're dropping it down to 5.5, 6. You know, so you got the same great music, same pockets of hole locations and things like that. You're just softening it down and making the transitions flow better. So that, you know, I think it's going to create more skill as a putter, because if probably you go out there, there's not too many holes right now, locations it's difficult to read which way the putt's breaking. And I think the key thing that we can bring Chambers Bay philosophies to Poppy Hills is that the fact that we're going to put sand down here on Poppy, so that we're going to have a firmer and faster condition in which we can grow turf, and so you're going to have the ball be able to release a little bit. So at Chambers Bay, we knew it was all sand there, right? Just an old sand bed. So one of the things we did is we created these areas around and outside of green surfaces that you could use to gain access to key portions of the green. There's probably, at Chambers Bay, there's probably 7, 8, maybe 9 greens that there's certain hole locations that if you are trying to get it close to that hole location, you actually hit the ball outside the green surface to get close. And there's maybe some of that we can see doing here. And then we've talked about that a little bit, you know, so I don't know, Mike, don't you think the ability to run up the shots was something we did at Chambers?
Yeah, absolutely. Opening up options, opening up different ways to approach greens, giving the golfer different options off the tee. It really places premiums on where you're going to place the shot in fairways, which then relates to your approach shot.
The other thing too is at Chambers we had a lot of width. You know, it wasn't a site like this with trees, but you will be surprised when you play the new Poppy how much more width you're going to feel you have off the tee, and that's going to play right into what Mike said. There's going to be more options on how you hit the shot off the tee. Well, we're going to be able to let the smart player who can figure it out. There's going to be ways to access things on the ground if they're smart. Yeah, for sure. Well, number 9 is a great, you know, hole that has potential to really have a huge swing in shots. I think adding to the risk reward, and Mike and I, when we've been out here walking and developing the plans and stuff, we've always kind of wondered to ourselves, why did they pipe? You know, there's a pipe through that whole ravine there. And what we've suggested is that let's bring back that. You know, part of this theme of Poppy Hills is naturalizing. Let's use less water. Let's be a little bit more friendly to the environment that we live in, the ecosystem we live in. So we said, well, let's bring back the creek. You know, it's a natural creek. We just piped it originally back in the 80s. So bringing back that creek and making it appear natural, and then bringing the green down from the elevation it is there, probably what, Mike, if we go all the way to the creek, we're probably 12 feet?
Yeah, about 12, 10, 12 feet.
10, 12 feet. And the green will be able to shift over a little bit. That tree is out. So bringing it down, putting it at an angle so that when we get to the first landing area, now you've got something you can decide, well, shoot, the green's right on a creek. Do I want to lay up? If I lay up, I got to go across that creek at a funny, uncomfortable angle, or do I try to cross the creek so I can get a nice shot in, or do I go? All those decisions all done by how we just naturalized bringing that creek back. All of them, but that's like, which kid is your favorite?
Number 8?
Yeah, number 8 is huge. What would you think about number 8? What's your thoughts on 8?
Well, one of the things we're doing out here is we're decreasing the angles of the dog legs. There's a lot of sharp dog legs out here. Number 8 is a great example of us lessening the degree of the dog leg. We're basically creating a lot more options off the tee. We're placing a premium on getting on the right side of the fairway. We're getting a great green location where currently there's a real sharp downhill dog leg right, and the green is perched way up in the air when you go down. And so what we're trying to do is create a green that's right on natural grade, straight away, that just fits into the landscape a lot more naturally.
Yeah, I think that's a theme, is that right now Poppy Hills feels a little bit like it was built on the land, on top of the land. So we want to try to take it down and feel like it just is into the land more. And by doing that, you're preventing more width and you're doing some key things. I think 10 could be really great with what we're doing with the lake and stuff like that. 12, making it into a shortish four, not shortish, but a straightaway 4-par as opposed to a sharp dogleg 5-par. I think that'll be a big change. I really like, I think, what we can do on 17. That green sits on a very nice, natural kind of ravine edge that you have no clue is there today. So we want to get that green hugged over there and possibly bring the ravine into play a little bit more. But they're all, what else?
Number one.
Number one, yeah, number one, right off the box. Number one just kills you. You know, you get up to number one, it's like, okay, be ready to play. So there's a lot of things we're trying to do to make number one a little more inviting, especially with the tee shot. The par threes, one of the key things we're trying to do with the par threes is a lot of the par threes at Poppy end up hitting roughly the same shot, same club. So we're really trying to, vary that quite a bit. And create really nice big tee spaces on the par threes. And we've got 5 par threes here, so you might as well really try to vary that.